Hello everyone, hope you're having a fantastic day. Today we're going to unlock the Yokoi quests. And let me go ahead and double check my audio because I'm still paranoid after like 6+ months of that one stream that didn't work right. And let me go ahead and double check my audio because it sounds just fine. Now the Yokoi quests are similar to the, what was the other tribe we just finished? Mumblejaw quests, where we have to go through and finish up to the quest lines we started out with the Aether Current quests. First quest line we're going to start out with is the one in Urkopacha here, from, what's the guy's name again? Nopali. Now, if I recall correctly, the quest that we completed last time, he had purchased a crystal for a sizable amount of Pel, and then it turns out that it wasn't really worth that much. We had to let him down a bit on that. But now it looks like the quest is going to continue on. Let's see where it goes. To catch a merchant. Nopali is eager to put a stop to the pernicious peddler's malevolent schemes. Interesting, okay. Every moment we leave that peddler on his own devices is another opportunity for some unsuspecting traveler to be hoodwinked. We need to figure out where he's been and where he may go next. Right, I guess it makes sense for Pelu to be mad about an unequal transaction, because basically he just gave him a worthless crystal, right? So it makes sense that he would want to stop him. I'll ask around in Wachupelo if anyone else has had similar run-ins with the disreputable merchants. In the meantime, I'd like you to find the scoundrel and keep him in your sights by whatever means necessary. We can't have him leaving before we've had the chance to settle this matter after all. I expect he's still in Urkopacha, visiting the markets to use his ill-gotten Pel to stock up for his return to Eorzea. Like as not, he's inspecting the stalls in Ikuvlo's Inn. Ask after a Lalafell by the name of course it's a Lalafell. Ask after a Lalafell by the name of Jijimolu, but be discreet. Once you've found him, try to keep him occupied for as long as you can. Sounds good. Also, of course, it's a Lalafell. I know I just said that. Alright, let's head on over to the inn, which is apparently to the south. Oh, right, this place. I was thinking the Tuliolol was to the south, not the east. Okay, let's go ahead and ask after this unsavory. Oh, there he is. I guess we don't really need to ask the innkeeper. I was thinking we were going to ask the innkeeper if he was here. Ah, well, this is a pleasant surprise. To think we would meet again here of all places. Do we know this person? I mean, of course, it's obviously an old Lalafell. What did you expect? You do recognize me, don't you? The merchant you spoke with on the ship to Tuliolol. Nope, don't remember that. That was like over a year ago. Well, no, I guess that wasn't over a year ago, was it? Anyway. Oh, yeah, I guess it was over a year ago. Never mind. I neglected to impart my name to you at the time, but I shall happily rectify that now. Jijimolu, at your service. Since my arrival on the continent, I must say, business has been booming. I'll spare you the details of my most recent transaction, but suffice it to say, I earned quite a handsome sum from a most generous young merchant. It truly makes the lengthy voyage here feel well worth the trouble. All that remains before I return to Eorzea is to purchase some commodities. Alas, ever since I felt the soothing waves of Ponakipelu retreat on my skin, I can think of little else. The mere mention of it has stirred my yearning to avail myself of those hot springs once more. It was a pleasure to meet you again, my friend, but I must be going. Farewell. Well, we seem to have located our quarry, and he has conveniently told us where he's heading next. So let's go head on over to the hot springs, wherever they are. Apparently it's up here. I didn't even know this place existed. It's not even like a sightseeing point or anything. Also, we're just gonna like walk up to him. That's not very discreet. Oh, it's you again. Did you follow me here? Or perhaps you have succumbed to the allure of these hot springs? Well, certainly not the allure of you. The water's the perfect temperature and the view ravishing. All my worries seem to just melt away. Though I suppose I've also Kavli to thank for that. He's been the perfect attendant, taking care of my every need. I'm surprised you're still listening to me ramble on. If I didn't know better, I might think you came not to enjoy these springs, but to speak with me. Digimolu is growing suspicious of you. Perhaps it would be best to speak to Kavli instead. Yes, let's speak to Kavli instead. Yeah, so you've been supplying this, scumbag. So, maybe you can, like, help us out here. Digimolu truly did such an awful thing? I had no idea. I mean, he's a Lullafell. What did you expect? Look at the smile. He only recently began to visit these springs, and hired me to take care of odds and ends for him during his sojourns. I took him to be quite the affluent individual, the way he carries himself. My heart goes out to poor Nopali, but as a Pelopelu, I'm quite intrigued by Digimolu's trading practices. Allow me to explain. Many years ago, we Pelopelu were looked down upon by the other peoples of Troll, both figuratively and literally, due to our diminutive stature. So, we're working on the Yokoi quests, and I believe there's some history between the Pelopelu and the Yokoi, where the Yokoi used to be like their oppressive masters, and I forget exactly what happened, but they ended up breaking free. So I think we're going to get into that history during this quest line. Chagrined, it is said that our ancestors decided to start... Chagrined? I guess that's the right word to use here. Chagrined, it is said that our ancestors decided to start wearing masks made in the image of the most powerful troll Vidrol, Beligermonda, in order to strike fear into the hearts of those who looked upon them. Today, however, the meaning of the masks has changed. After becoming peddlers at the Dawn Servant's suggestion, the masks have come to symbolize fair transactions. Indeed, they are now proof of our reputability. Instead of focusing solely on our own profit, we endeavor to make every trade mutually satisfactory. Countless years of doing so has earned us the respect of those around us, and we now very rarely experience any belittlement. So you're not going to support this guy. Yet it seems Digimolu wishes only to fill his own coffers, even at the expense of those with whom he does business. It's a shame. After what he's done, no trolley will wish to barter with him again, no matter what quality of import he has at hand. Well, that's why he's leaving. I will keep a close watch on him from now on. I don't want to see anyone else swindled out of their hard-earned pel. Though, given his present euphoria, I doubt he'll be doing anything of the sort anytime soon, well, that's for sure. That said, I'm sure Nopali must be anxious to hear from you. I have matters here well in hand. Why don't you return to him? Sounds good. Alright, let's head back over to Nopali. Now, I believe there are 3 quests to do for this quest line. So, we'll go ahead. So, that was the first one done. Let's see, yeah. So, 1, 2, yeah, there's 3 quests to do for this quest line. And then the other one also has 3 quests. Okay, there is our friend, Nopali. So we made contact with the guy, and we were able to get his assistant to watch over him so we don't have to. What? You met Jijimolo during your voyage to Troll? What a small world. In any case, thank you for lending your assistance once again, Brillian. It's reassuring to know Kavli will be keeping careful watch on him. Keeping careful watch of him. As for my investigation here, it seems I'm presently Jijimolo's only victim. Well, that's nice. But I fear I won't be his last. The last. There's no telling what underhanded tricks he'll use to procure those wares you spoke of. And I refuse to let him besmirch. Besmirch? Sure. I refuse to let him besmirch all that it means to be a merchant. I have a plan, but I'm going to need your help. Well, of course. I mean, nothing happens if I don't do it. Alright, let's go ahead and get started with the second one. Finding bait. Nobly appears to be in deep thought. I'd like your opinion on something, Brilliant. Should word spread of Jijimolo's underhanded practices, it won't be long before there's not a soul in all of Troll willing to deal with him. How do you feel about that? Sounds good to me. It's only natural. Serves him right. I'm not sure. Yes, serves him right. He's an old Don Lawfell. Serves him right. Indeed. Yet I would be disappointed by such a conclusion. After all, we lose one of the few merchants willing to voyage across the sea to do business with us. If he is to remain a potential trading partner in the years to come, he needs to be made to see the error of his ways. I thought we were just going to let him starve. I suspect a few words of warning will do little, however. He needs to be taught a proper lesson, like letting him starve. To feel the sting of being swindled for himself. And we shall make sure that he does. Nah, that wouldn't actually work. The Pelu Pelu way. Oh, okay, that'll be funny, though. It is the very Pelu Pelu solution to the problem, though. First, we need an alluring piece of merchandise to serve as bait. Hailing from across the salt yourself, I can think of none better suited to finding something that might garner his interest. Do I look like a Lala to you? Have a look about and see what local specialties we have to offer. I should like to know if anything catches your eye. I mean, he's gonna want the booze, right? That's probably what he wants. I'm sure there's something here that's certain to entice Jijimolo. It's simply a matter of finding it. Yeah, it's gonna be the booze, isn't it? Well, let's see. Talk to the first person over here. Hello, Cobley. Something rare? I think of nothing better than coffee plants. They'd surely fetch a handsome price, seeing as you most likely can't find them where you're from. That's also a good one. But I'm pretty sure he's gonna want the booze. Oh, so you can find them there. Well, in that case, I'd like to try your coffee for myself. Apparently, right, there was something in the lore about it tasting completely different. I forget where we learned that. Okay, the next person is over here. Popto Peddler. No, the Popto's over in the hot springs. He's becoming a baked Popto. A local specialty that's on the rarer side. How about the Poptos being sold at the distillery? It's one of the few vegetables that can be cultivated at these altitudes. No, we got our own Poptos. Oh, you already have Poptos aplenty in Eorzea? Ah, well, I'll be. If they're popular across the salt as well, I couldn't be prouder. Okay, next person is over here. There you are. A Dolly Peddler. Oh, a Dole Peddler, not Dolly. If it's for a merchant, they might be interested in our traditional dolls. They're believed to be good luck for business. I carry one around myself, as it so happens. Whether or not someone aware of its origins and significance will truly appreciate it is another question entirely. Sounds like something he would like to use for a scam. And then the last person should be around here. There they are. I think he's gonna want an alpaca. What do you have, Vapli? If you're looking for something out of the ordinary, I'd have to recommend an Ulan bristle hairbrush. They're good to keep the alpacas free of fleas, and they help preserve skin conditions, among other things. And while you'd expect them to turn and spit in anyone tugging on their hair, the alpacas seem to enjoy the grooming. It's a simple way to help keep them healthy and happy. People can use the brushes too, obviously. The Ulan bristles help distribute natural scalp oils and strip the hair of leftover dead strands to promote a healthy scalp. It's surprisingly gentle on your skin too, so it's little wonder they've grown so popular. Hoptos and coffee plants do not seem like bait enticing enough to draw Jijimolo's interest. The doll and hairbrush, on the other hand, may just be tantalizing enough. Report back to Nopoli and inform him of your findings. I don't think so, but apparently they do, so that means it must be correct. Anyway, let's head on back. Okay, Nopoli, we have our bait, probably. Whatever, they say it's the bait, so it's the bait. You are returned. I take it you found an item or two of interest. Yes, I did. I see. An Ulan bristle hairbrush and one of our traditional dolls. I must admit, whether such a doll would truly be desirable to an outsider is a bit dubious. I think it's safest to go with the hairbrush. My thanks for finding a suitable bait. Normally, they go for 1 pel in the 10,000s column, but to teach our precious peddler a lesson, I'll offer him for 1 pel in the 100,000s column. Lest you worry, I won't actually sell it to him. I'm just giving him a taste of his own medicine, so he can come to understand why a fair and honest deal is so important to wee Belu Belu. Yeah, I don't think he'll learn his lesson from this. I mean, he will because that's the story, but let's be real. A merchant like that isn't going to learn their lesson by being scammed once. More importantly, I wish to convey something to him. Merchant to merchant. So, what do you say? Will you lend me your aid? I mean, I need to do the other quest. Help Nopoli, yes. Thank you. Let's give Jijimolo an offer he can't refuse. Well, that usually involves a horse head, but alright, let's go and take care of the third one. Springing the trap. Nopoli is of a mind to swindle a swindler. All that remains is for me to begin my negotiations with Jijimolo. However, even should I approach him, I expect he wouldn't be willing to bend an ear to anything I have to say. But if you, a fellow Eorzean, were to whisper in his ear of a merchant dealing in exotic wares he won't find elsewhere, I dare say his interest will be piqued. I expect he's still soaking in the springs, so try searching for him first at Panikpelu Retreat. I will join you after procuring a suitable store of hairbrushes. Alright, let's head back to the hot springs. And no, I'm not being enticed by you nor the hot springs. Actually, I did go swimming today, so I guess maybe I was enticed by the springs. Then again, that water was pretty cold. This is for hot springs. Also, again, did we ever come over here? I know we went over to that place, but we didn't come over to here, and there's not like a sightseeing point for it either. Alright, Jijimolo. Ah, it is you again. I take it you too are unable to resist the allure of these waters. At least it's the allure of the waters, not his enticing whatever. I see. And you wish to introduce me to this merchant of exotic wares? How thoughtful of you. I'm honestly surprised you remembered that I've yet to find suitable goods to take back to Eorzea. Very well. I shall meet this merchant, but I can hardly sit at the negotiating table in little more than a bathing towel. Pray wait for me below while I make myself presentable. Please do. Well, that was a weird place to get stuck. In the following sequences, you will be tasked with supporting Nopli's negotiations with Jijimolu. As negotiations may take several minutes, you may wish to cancel a pending duty fighter registration. Yep, let's wait for the negotiations to begin. Thank you for waiting. Now, where is this merchant you wish to introduce me to? And here he comes. I mean, they all look the same. How do you recognize him? Nobly. I see. So you two were in cahoots. If you come to return the corrupted crystals, I'm afraid I do not accept refunds. Didn't Berlin tell you? I'm here to make you an offer. Making me an offer? Ah, I wasn't born yesterday. Whatever it is you're planning, I want nothing to do with it. Pelopelus strive to bring others happiness through trade. You did deceive him. Hogwash. You really expect me to believe I could benefit from another deal with him? This is not only for your benefit, but that of new customers you're certain to meet in future commercial endeavors. Upon my mask, I swear it. You can swear upon whatever you like. I still won't believe you. The only thing I trust less than your word is your meager eye for quality. Any product selected by your hands is one unworthy of my stalls. Well, jeez. You would at least hear him out. I picked it out myself. Well, I'm the one that picked it. You selected it? Well now, that changes things. Considering your wealth of experience in both Eorzea and Troll, your eyes I can trust. I see we have your attention. Then without further ado, allow me to present you with my premium selection of high-quality alpaca hairbrushes. The bristles are firm yet supple, gentle on the skin, and exceedingly pleasant to the touch. Even the most sensitive alpacas can't get enough of it. Indeed, I dare say these brushes are of unparalleled quality, except for the fact there aren't alpacas in Eorzea. You should probably mention the fact that they can be used by people too. We already have brushes for livestock in Eorzea. Furthermore, the market for such a commodity would be limited to farmers, all but squandering any chance to profit. I will not purchase a product merely because it is of good quality. Why not introduce alpacas to the Eorzean market? No. What if you could use it on your own hair? I must admit, as a merchant, it is important to always make oneself as personable as possible. Yet I am confused as to why you would ask. Ah, so people can use the brush as well. Probably should have mentioned that. Then maybe I try it for myself. If it is a quality product for men and women of good taste, and the potential market would expand considerably. Oh my, this is quite lovely. The way the bristles gently caress my scalp, each stroke gliding through my hair like a gentle breeze. And somehow, every strand falls perfectly into place. My hair has never felt so soft and smooth. That's a way of describing it. Yes, consider me interested. I dare say the brushes will sell themselves to those with a like-minded taste for elegance. Now, let us discuss payment. By my estimation, a single brush would be worth roughly 10,000 pel, give or take. Ah, speaking of worth, I forgot to mention one terribly important detail. The brushes are made with the hair of a creature indigenous to Tyrol, the Oolong. Specimens are painstakingly chosen for each brush by master craftsmen, paying close attention to the beast's age as well as the texture, thickness, and strength of their hair. I'd say a single brush is worth no less than 2 pel in the 100,000 column. I beg your pardon. Remember, he said it was going to do for the 100,000, so he's overshooting it so he can come down. 200,000 pel for a brush? You must be out of your mind. I still think I shall take my business elsewhere. Wait, after purchasing the corrupted crystals from you, I'm in urgent need of funds. If you agree not to disclose this to anyone, I'm willing to sell the brushes to you for half the price. Yes, half the price. You'd go so far as to offer them at half their market price. And it certainly comes as no surprise that you lack capital. I may not find a more opportune bargain, sure. Very well, you have yourself a deal. I shall use all the pel I have on hand to purchase as many brushes as you can offer. So we're not selling them to him, right? So I can't pocket the profit? Wait, what do you mean I won't get paid for it? To think the man I swindled would offer me such a bargain. The Pelopello may make for better customers than they do merchants. Now then, let's return to my storehouse in Wachinpelo to finalize our transaction. I trust that is fine with you, Jijimolu. Indeed. I shall make a short detour to Ikuvlo's Inn to gather my things before joining you. Pray excuse me. Whew, the negotiations went rather well, if I do say so myself. I cannot thank you enough for your assistance. But now, the negotiations can truly begin. We should hurry back to Wachinpelo as well. Sounds good. Let's go make our money. Wait, no, we're not actually making the money. Alright, I'll go ahead and teleport back since I completely forgot that there's a Aetheryte right there. Last time I actually flew back. Like some kind of peasant. Okay, Nopally, let's wrap this one up. Talk to Jijimolo first. All that remains is the final exchange. Dear Nopally truly is a generous soul. Right. That's definitely what this is. There you are, Brilliant. Now that we're all assembled, let us continue our discussion. What is there to discuss? The deal is already agreed upon. All that remains is the exchange of goods. Are you sure? Even if I told you that the actual value of a brush is a single pel in the 10,000s column? Otto will gasp. What? You deceived me! Oh no, nothing of the sort. I merely followed your example. I do personally believe that a single brush is worth 2 pel in the 100,000s column. I also urgently need funds after purchasing those crystals. But more importantly, the brushes are of unparalleled quality. To think I would be outfoxed by the man I took for a fool. Yet why tell me its true value now? Had you remained silent, you could have made back all the money you lost. Yeah, Nopally, why'd you tell him? I find that a strange question. Are we not both merchants? Rather than prey on one another, hoping to make our fortunes in a single exchange, hoping to make our fortunes in a single exchange. Would it not be mutually beneficial for us in the long term to become trade partners? As far as I'm concerned, this is a chance I can't afford to let slip away. Foreign merchants willing to sail all the way to Tyrol are few and far between, and I certainly won't have the wherewithal to travel to Eorzea myself any time soon. After all I've done, you would ask me to be my trade partner? I ply my trade in the city called Ul'dah, where the unspoken rule of business is to deceive or be deceived. To seize what opportunities you can and quickly move on. Long-term profits have ever been the furthest thing from my mind. When I first saw you, Nobly, I could sense your naivety. Naivety. I think that's how you say that? I always read it wrong. Thus did I approach you with a mind to exploit it, and pawned my worthless corrupted crystals into your eager hands. At the time, I thought it simply business as usual. And yet, I'm wholly embarrassed by the thought of it now, that you would use the same ploy against me, and for even greater profit, makes it all the more shameful. Nobly, I'm truly sorry for deceiving you. I shall return all the money I took from you, and make what amends I can for the trouble I've caused. I do not deserve your forgiveness, let alone your partnership. But if you're certain that is the best course. I am! But forget about the money. I'd like you to bring back more of those corrupted crystals. Huh? If you can find some use for them, we'll have a product that can be easily sold for a premium, and we can corner the market here in Tyrol. I'm happy to oblige, but until such time the crystals become profitable here, I could not proceed in good conscience without a product we can both benefit from. If it please you, shouldn't that be pleases? If it please you, I'd like to explore our options. I couldn't have convinced Gigi Molu without your help, Brilliant. Quest also wouldn't have started if I hadn't come and picked it up. Together, I believe he and I can bring others happiness through trade in not only Tyrol, but Eorzea and beyond. Oops. Oh well. Let's see. I'm just gonna grab the silver pieces because I'm not gonna use any of that food. Well, that went well. Let's go ahead and head on over to, what's this place called? Warlord's Echo, so that we can get started on the next one. So I believe this one... yeah, with Mafurler. He didn't believe that we could, like, some such puny little creature such as ourselves could have defeated Valagramanda, the most powerful troll of a drawl in history, or I think that's actual history. That's the actual thing. And he wanted us to prove ourselves and something like that. So let's go ahead and see what else he needs us to do. Sparks of Joy. Mafurler is interested to learn more about the adventurer's trade. Well met, Brilliant. I'm honored that you would return to speak with me again. Would you tell me more of your life as an adventurer? Certainly. I help people in need. I go where I want and play it by ear. You could say I'm a jack of all trades while I am an omnicrafter. Whatever. It doesn't end up mattering. I see. So you travel far and wide, aiding others in myriad ways, and in so doing earn your keep. Well, the 133 million gil in my pocket says so. I know of someone that might benefit from such assistance. A craftsman in urgent need of a particular material. So the Yokoi quests are actually the crafting quests, but obviously we're doing this as a combat class, and we won't actually need to do anything as a crafter until we actually get to the first Yokoi quest. The sites replete with this resource are overrun with fiery fiends, and those ill-equipped to defend themselves dare not brave them. Surely, even I could be of some use in that regard. But how would a true adventurer present themselves to a potential client? Again, I must request a demonstration, provided you are willing and able. Certainly! I am much obliged to you. Brillian. The craftsman of whom I speak plies his trade in the southeast of our village. Let us pray he will be amiable to an arrangement. Sounds good. Let's go check it out. See what material he needs us to get. If he'll be amiable. What did he say exactly? This is the craftsman. I have apprised him of the situation. So this is the adventurer showing my old friend the ropes, eh? If you are willing to fetch me materials, I'd be more than happy to pay for them. What I need is Naryor obsidian. The more, the better. I'll better switch over to miner. To be clear, this is my trial to undertake. You need only point me in the right direction, and I shall do the rest. Once you are ready to proceed, meet me at Naryor Gorna. Sounds good. You sure you can do this, candid craftsman? You are candid after all. The obsidian I'm after can only be found in Naryor Gorna. I'd go there myself, were it not for those monsters. Aren't you all supposed to be really strong? Anyway, let's head on over to Naryor Gorna. I believe that is one of the sightseeing points as well. Honestly, let's just go ahead and pull it up. Sightseeing log. Dawn Trail. Shades of Grief. That's actually over here. And yep, Naryor Gorna is this huge crater area. Oops, and I'm passing where we need to go. Further, weren't you the one who's supposed to do this? Why are there points for me to get it? I shall dutifully observe your every act. Once you've gathered a few pieces of obsidian, would you show them to me? Aren't you supposed to be doing this? And you literally just say you were the one who's going to do it? Anyway, we need 3 pieces. I saw that there was one. Yeah, there's one over there. Now, where is that third one? There's supposed to be a third one around here. Where is it? Am I blind? Oh, I saw it there. It's behind there. Kind of mean to put them there, but whatever. That's all 3. Alright, well, further, I did the job for you, despite the fact that you just said that you were going to do everything yourself. Have you managed to find the obsidian? Yes, I did. How captivating. It's ebon luster. These pieces are of superb quality. From watching you, I've learned the importance of carefully inspecting one's surroundings. Now it's time for me to put your teachings to the proof. In the meantime, I ask that you return to Warlor's Echo and let our client know I have this matter well in hand. Except that we didn't have to fight anything, so I don't know what he's talking about. Let's go ahead and teleport back. I think that's slightly faster with how far away we are. Okay, Candid Craftsman, I have some obsidian for you. But further says he'll take care of the rest. Welcome back. Judging from Further's conspicuous absence, I presume he no longer needs your direct supervision. Yep. You may not know this, but Naryor Obsidian is of historical importance to the Yokoi. When our people still ruled the continent, it was valued for the ease of which it could be napped into our razor-sharp weaponry, arrows, daggers, and the like. Whilst it was our size and strength that enabled us to dominate the other peoples of Troll, tools like these were indispensable as well. So, just for if you forgot about this, yes, they're big, like 8-9 foot tall people, but this is small compared to how tall they used to be, if I recall correctly. Because we saw the priest guy who traveled with Papa is like several feet taller than a normal Yokoi model. How ironic that once we had subjugated the so-called lesser races, who would so readily avail ourselves of their metalworks instead. Thus was obsidian weaponry rendered a relic of the past, and the material relegated to accoutrements for which our village is now known. That's interesting. Yep, looks like my further's back. Forgive the interruption, but I have returned. I hope this will be enough for your purposes. Probably. You hope? This is a tremendous amount, and all of exceptional quality, no less. You haven't even opened the sacks, how do you know that? You've brought me a supply that will last for many moons to come. Please, accept this payment as your reward. I've added a little extra as a token of my gratitude. Divide it as you see fit. You have my deepest thanks. Oh, they don't have bag picking up technology. Just have him disappear behind his body. Perhaps I was too enthusiastic in my efforts. While he did seem appreciative, I realize now that it was far more than a craftsman working alone could possibly require. As I doubt he will have need of my services for the foreseeable future, I must seek out other clients if I am to make a living. Yet I am hard-pressed to think of any other prospects in the village. Well, better head out then. Ah, but of course, this is why you travel, to meet new people and find new opportunities. Yep. It's definitely not because MSQ tells me to go there. Then let us move on. This experience, too, has been enlightening. And besides, I still need to give you your share. Yeah, you better give me my share. Alright, Mafurler, you better give me my share. You may be bigger than me, but I can beat you up just as easy. There's no need to come to blows, though. Brilliant. It has been a delight to learn your trade from you. Rewarding, too. To discover that the mere gathering of stone can be enough to spark joy in others. After today, I can say that aiding others has given me a newfound sense of fulfillment. Alas, opportunities to do so may be lacking here in Warlord's Echo. After I have had some time to put my thoughts in order, I would be honored if you would advise me on my next course of action. Sounds good. Looks like I get some bread that I'll never use. So that was the first quest. And yes, so we got 2 more to do with Mafurler, and then there's 1 more to do before we actually get to the Yokoi quests. A giant's footsteps. Well, better than giant steps. Wait, is it called giant steps? The Coltrane. Is it Coltrane? Yeah, Coltrane. Yeah, that's it. Further, I'm doing the deep voice. Trying to do the deep voice on just my normal talking. Further has been... I'm still doing the deep voice, it doesn't matter. Further has been thinking long and hard about how he might best serve others. Greetings, Brillian. I seek a new venture through which I may use my martial prowesses to aid others. But the fact remains that I am unlikely to find one in this village. It seems I have no choice but to beg the boon of your wisdom once more. Have you any ideas? Head out of the village. Try asking around at another village. Perhaps you could look for work as a bodyguard. Well, actually, that could work. Yes. That would suit my strengths. As for who might have need of protection, come to think of it, there are no few traveling Pelo merchants who employ bodyguards to defend them from beasts and bandits. However, I am unaccustomed to dealing with their kind and lack the confidence to approach them, especially given my unfamiliarity with this profession. Therefore, while it pains me to impose upon your goodwill once more, would you be willing to train me in the ways of the bodyguard? You just stand around and look imposing. It's not that hard. And when something happens, you run away like a coward. If so, I ask that you join me just outside the village on the path to the Shades of Grief. Yeah, I mentioned that just before. That's another one of the sightseeing points. It's like some ruins. It actually has a depressing description. Yeah, it's these ruins right here. Oh no, it's this whole area is the Shades of Grief. It has a pretty depressing description, if I recall correctly. I think for Evercold, I will do another sightseeing point thing, but I'll do it a bit differently than I did. Alright, further. I don't know what you're going to be guarding anyone. I don't know how you're going to be guarding anyone around here, though. I thank you for joining me. Now, while I am no stranger to battle, I've only ever guarded a sanctum, not an individual. Therefore, I propose that you act as my bodyguard, that I may learn from your example. We will together travel this road to the Shades of Grief. Isn't it like literally right there? At one time, before the coming of the Sky Ruin, it was our ancestral home. I should like to climb to its zenith and get a look at the surrounding ruins, but be warned, these days it is home to many ravenous beasts. I mean, like the tree, Mr. Tree right there? Guard, what? Apparently I've never gotten this tutorial. I think it's because, the only time that I can think of where you do guarding is in the really annoying fates that nobody, not fates, the really annoying leave quests that nobody does. Okay, now is this one of the cases where you just had to... Oh, maybe I should actually read this. Okay, okay, good. This is one of the versions where he actually follows you, instead of the ones where they casually walk towards their destination. Because, like, in some of the ARR or leave quests, like, they just, like, very, very slowly walk toward their destination, and then you just have to, like, wait for them. Thankfully, he can, like, actually move. So I have to beat this guy. And we're done. Let's keep heading up here. Oh, looks like I need to head to the left. Right up here? Yes, there's our destination. Let's go ahead and wait. Oh, never mind. It's a trap. Come on and slam. It's still such a goofy animation. Okay, let's wait at the destination and survey it. We're not waiting, we're surveying. Behold these forlorn ruins, abandoned for years upon years. There is much I would recount to you, but it is unsafe here. Let's venture instead to the cliffside. Okay, sounds good. Let's go ahead and take a detour through the ruins. Will he be able to walk up on this and walk over it? Yes, he will. Let's see if I can avoid killing anything. Let's see, are they proximity or, oh, never mind. Apparently, it doesn't matter. He probably won't attack me until I actually get to the cliffside. Also, this is a pretty big drop. It looks like they're not going to spawn anything here. You survey the area, but there are no... siren going by. You survey the area, but there are no imminent threats as far as you can see. Alright, we're further. We made it to the cliffside again. That's a pretty dangerous drop there. There are a great many elements to consider. Maintaining awareness of my client and our surroundings, particularly potential avenues of attack, all while keeping a brisk pace. In contrast, standing watching over a frozen withdrawal was far less complicated. Perhaps you wonder why I chose this place for our destination. Look below. The Pelohela village is within sight. Our homes were once connected by a mountain road when we were their oppressors. Until Gulul Jaja put an end to the practice, we demanded yearly tribute, and in exchange, granted them our protection. The elder Pelupelu have not forgotten. The memory of my kin as towering tyrants haunts them still. Times have changed, and now we must treat the Pelupelu as equals. I hope to one day live in their memories as a gentle guardian, but... forgive me. My idle musings are of no moment. Let us return to Warlord's Echo. Alright, let's go ahead and teleport back. And we got one more for this portion of the quest. Then we got one more prerequisite quest, and then we'll actually unlock the Yokoi quests. Oops, I don't know why I still do that. Alright, Murfurler. Let's wrap this one up. So, you're gonna go become a bodyguard? I'm in your debt, Brilliant. You have helped me explore a potential life's calling as a bodyguard. As a Yokoi warrior, I have the power to show the Pelupelu that we are not our ancestors. That we can offer them peace and protection as equals, not conquerors. I only hope they will prove amiable. I'm sure you will, as long as you have a mutual beneficial transaction. That said, I cannot begin to pursue this goal until such a time as I find a client. That search begins now. Well, by now we mean when you start the next quest. Alright, more further. Let's wrap this one up. Alright, let's do this one, not wrap this up, we're about to start another. Resolve regained. Or reignited, that makes more sense. Murfurler has finally drummed up the courage to start his new career. Brilliant. It is time for I formally offered my services. If it is not too much to ask, I would like you to bear witness. While the Pelupelu would visit Warlord's Echo, do so primarily to sell their wares to us. We sometimes see fishers passing through on their way to Carver the First. Regardless of their trade, surely there is at least one who will have need of my protection. Come, Brilliant, let us ask around. Alright, let's go see if you can help him find a client. Looks like he should be... oh, he's over here to the side. Hello, Mr. Fisherman. Well, that didn't take long. It seems this one is willing to employ me. I take it you're friends with this man. He just offered to be my bodyguard, and, well... I agreed without a moment's hesitation. Truth be told, I always wanted to hire a Yokoi warrior, but was afraid the mere suggestion would cause them to laugh in my face. Nothing would delight me more than to visit Carverher the First and fish my fill, but that place attracts a lot of mangy monsters. How am I to get any bites if I'm worried about something taking a bite out of me, eh? And it goes without saying that I wouldn't want to risk hooking one of those huge Piruku unless I had someone to help reel it in. A Pelu like me might get dragged down into the depths if I don't drop my rod fast enough. Oh, I can't wait to see how it goes. Come, let's get to it. Am I gonna have the chaperone? I've heard that the unstable energy surrounding the lake seems to attract dangerous plant-like creatures. As this is my first bodyguard commission, would you join me? If I fall short of my duty, I should take comfort in the knowledge that you can defend the fissure in my stead. I mean, I guess. It's supposed to be your task, though. Alright, let's head on over there. Is it all the way over in the... Yeah, that's where I thought it was. Okay, that's gonna be a bit of a flight. Well, let's head on over there. It's kind of annoying that this place is, just so far out of the way from both of the Aetherites. Because, like, there's, like, 2 timed nodes that are over in this area as well, which makes it a bit annoying. I don't think there's one over here, which I guess makes sense because it's a lower level area. But there are 2 for Urukopacha, Urukopacha Flax, and I think another one. I think it's mainly the Urukopacha Flax that people need. This thing. Because that's used for the current, courtly lover stuff. And for, some glam. Nope, didn't mean to land. I don't have the improved ground mount speed for Urukopacha yet. I finished Shared Fates for Heritage Found and Kazoma Uka, but not Urukopacha. Incredible! My grandpa was right. These big fellows really are tough. There you are, Brilliant. As you can see, I've already dispatched one threat. It seemed strangely aggressive. Perhaps I'm overthinking it, but caution may be warranted. While the Fisher and I lead the way, I ask that you watch our backs. Sounds good. Let's head on over. Let's go ahead and fly away from all these. Not have to deal with it. Oh, there they are. Morbol Seedling. You note the presence of a Morbol Seedling, yet see no signs of the creature that spawned it. Well, just make sure it doesn't sneeze on you. Help! Oh, that's the wrong voice. A cry from the Pelu fisherman rings out from the west. The silence that follows, bodes ill. Ruh-roh. Good thing we're here. Apparently we have to do everything again. Oh, there's the Morbol. Also, apparently we have to do everything. Like, bro, you can't even do this. Like, you're strong. And there we go. Oh, that didn't go well. Is it safe now? Is that big fellow okay? Oh, he probably got sneezed on. Forgive me. It seems this task was too great for me alone. I sensed the beast here had been affected by the energy of this place, but did not anticipate that it might also see them grow into such prodigious size. But that is nothing more than an excuse. I failed my client and am unfit to be a bodyguard. Bro, these things are strong. Hey now, don't be ridiculous. You were so committed to protecting me that you didn't have a chance to fight back, that's all. especially not after that nasty blow you took. Far as I'm concerned, you did exactly as promised. You kept me safe. That's exactly what I would expect from a bodyguard. I suppose it is a matter of perspective. How would you evaluate me, Brilliant? I mean, I guess you did fine, especially since I'm here. The fisher is unharmed, and that's what matters. No one does a perfect job on their first try. If the client calls it a success, I'm not going to argue. This was kind of a, not quite, assuring way of saying that. You heard the woman. Sure, there's always room for improvement, but overall, it's a passing mark. Now then, with that brute out of commission, we ought to enjoy some peace and quiet for a while, yes? Yep, time for some fishing. That settles it. I can't afford to let this opportunity slip off my hook. Slip off the hook. I'm going to fill my buckets while I still can. He's like, you still want to fish? Even after that harrowing experience, you remain undeterred. You have a strength of will that rivals that of any yokoi. Yeah, well, I don't know what you expected from the clan of merchants. I did not know that the Pelu Pelu were such adept fishers. I have much yet to learn. See, what did I tell you? Feast your eyes on this hardy haul. When it comes to fishing, being able to concentrate makes all the difference, and I owe it to the two of you for standing watch. Now to drag my bucket back to where Lore's echo. I mean, before there can do that. Alright, let's go ahead and wrap this one up. I think that was the second one, so we got one more to do. Yeah, because he's still got to get a little bit more confidence in himself. So right now he's still not quite sure of himself. Oh, what a delightful day it has been. I see you have returned, Brilliant. Though I made a fool of myself, you stepped in to pick up the slack, and for that, I must thank you. Yeah, you know, by paying me. I shall reflect on this experience and use what I've learned to sharpen my skills. Doubtless, it would not inspire much confidence in my future clients were they to see me falter as I did today. That's the spirit, big fellow. You know, most of us grew up hearing the old stories. The yokoi are as dangerous as they look, and people to be feared. But you, my friend, you put your life on the line to protect mine, and that's a story I intend to share with my entire village. They'll see that you folks aren't so scary after all, and if they ever need a gentle giant to protect them, they should ask for Murfurler. Well, I'd say that was a success. Brilliant. I know not what twist of fate led you to me, but I am grateful. Not just for today, but everything you have done to help me. In hearing that fisherman's words, I realized the true reason I felt compelled to relinquish my post as Temple Guardian. Because there's nothing else to guard anymore? Like, that's the real reason. A great honor though it was. Deep down, I yearned to protect not a place, but the people. The living who have yet to finish their stories, and enshrined in memory, and to be enshrined in memory. Rest assured, your efforts to teach me will not go to waste. Henceforth, I am Murfurler the Defender, and I will do everything in my power to build a relationship of trust with our good neighbors, the Pelu Pelu. Well, that's good. I guess that's why we needed to do the Pelu Pelu quest line. Oh wait, no, that was the last one. Okay, great. Alright, now we've just got one more to go before we unlock the Yokoi quests. Let's go ahead and get started. Brains and Brawn. Befurler is in the market for a new client. We meet again, Berlin. This occasion calls to mind a question I had been meaning to ask you. This one, I think this one was still 7.0? Yes, it's the last one in 7.0, and then the actual first Yokoi quest was, yeah, 7.35. Do you recall the fisher who said he would sing my praises to his people? Rather than wait for his words to bring new clients to me, I want to take the initiative and travel to Wachinpelu to sell my services. However, I'm aware many Pelu are still intimidated by my kind. Well, I mean, most people are. You wouldn't happen to know any who could use a bodyguard? One with whom you may have worked before? Well, earlier we worked with this person named Nopli. Although I don't know if he really needs a bodyguard right now. A merchant named Nopli, you say? Perhaps you could make the journey to Wachinpelu and speak to him on my behalf. I do not mean to suggest you will be going alone. I shall descend the cliff and wait for you outside the village, so as not to cause a disturbance. Yeah, you probably don't want to just go walking right in. And it probably, you know, cause a disturbance. Alright, let's go and teleport back to Wachinpelu. I don't think... Nopli really didn't need a bodyguard, but I mean, maybe he'll know someone who does? Hello, Nopli, long time no see. Well, if it isn't Brilliant, thanks again for helping me work things out with Jijimolu. As for those corrupted crystals, I've stored them in a warded pot to contain their chaotic energies. The good news is, I think I know just how to put them to use. Well, that's good. Right, enough about me. Is there something I can do for you? Yes, there is. Or further, the Defender. Of course I've heard of him. He's the Yokoi who saved one of our fishermen, right? Everyone has been talking about it. I would love to make his acquaintance. In fact, I might even have a job for him. How soon can we meet? Well, he's actually waiting outside the village. What do you mean he came down the cliff? Wow, these Yokois are something else. In any case, if he's nearby, then now is as good a time as any. What do you mean he came down the cliff? Well, yeah, there isn't actually like a way down from the cliff. I'm looking the wrong way, aren't I? Nope, yeah, it's up there. But yeah, I guess like it would be pretty impressive for him to come down the cliff. And there they are. Incredible. Not a single scratch on him. I see you have brought your friend in Nopli. I see you have brought your friend. Nopli, was it? I thank you for the introduction. Nopli, I'm told you are a merchant by trade. If you should have need of a bodyguard, I would gladly offer my services. Hi there, Mafurler. You know, I'd heard rumors, but now that I've seen you in the flesh, I can tell you're every bit as stalwart as they say. This might just be the golden opportunity for us both. You see, I want to make a deal with the folks of Cherwarger Saltern. The thing is, Cherwarger are infamous for bullying the weak into buying their salt at outrageous prices. The word no tends to invite vicious neck throttlings. Or so it is strongly intimated. But hey, I like a good challenge, and as long as you have my back, I'm sure I needn't fear for my neck, right? So follow me. With your help, it seems, I have already secured another commission. Yet, I must confess a feeling of unease. The Cherwarger cling to the glory of the old days, where the Yokoi ruled over all. In their eyes, to wield violence and take that which they covet is right and true. Regardless, I shall do whatever it takes to keep Renople safe. Yeah, those are the people in, yeah, this place over here. They are not too happy about, how things are, and Papa, and, like, everything he did with the Yokoi. So, I don't think this is gonna go very well. Would be interesting if these, quests also help resolve the tensions between them. Because obviously they've already helped with the tensions between the Yokoi and the Pelu Pelu. I suspect they're outside of this gate, not inside. Oh, looks like they're just inside. Yep, there they are. Yeah, Nopley, this might not have been such a good idea. Oops, I meant to talk to him further first. I just wanted to barter. What offense is there in that? Greedy tongue this one has. The divine blessing is not for him. Surrender coin and be gone. By divine blessing, they refer to their salt, and Nopley is in no position to bargain. The best course may be to retreat. You're here to protect and support him. You would ask your client to abandon his hopes. Well, I guess that's right. It seems slightly dangerous. I see now. My duty is not only to ensure his safety, but to ensure his success as well. Yes, I know what must be done. I am he who is named Murfurther. Any who lay hands upon this Pelu Pelu shall suffer the same violence tenfold. Murfurther, the Temple Guardian, slayer of many monsters, his stories all known. And that one is friend to Work Lamont, who bested Valeramonda on holy ground. Yes, I did. I also did the extreme version. Terribly sorry about this. I didn't mean to pressure anyone. Let's see if we can negotiate an agreement, and if not, the three of us will be on our way before you know it. Of course, I wouldn't waste your time if I wasn't confident I could offer something worth your while. As we all know, the flames of Valeramonda linger on in these parts, yes? Well, I have to imagine all the everlasting fire would have less than desirable effects on your crops and livestock. That's why you're forced to sell your salt at such high prices, right? You have to make a living somehow. But what if I told you you could use these corrupted crystals, imported from distant Eorzea, to solve your woes? What? How? These crystals have the ability to change the elemental aspect of natural energies. Oh, okay. By constructing a series of converters, you could turn these undying flames into nutrients for the soil and all sorts of other wonderful things. The possibilities are endless. You offer miracle crystals for salt. Words of gold hide black intent. Any merchant who wears this mask is sworn to uphold the Peddler's Code of Honor. We Pelu Pelu pride ourselves on spreading joy through trade. This little trader protects his reputation with the same ferocity as you who protect the Holy Lands. See his truth and heed his words. Corrupted crystals turn fire to earth. Fill soil with life and Urkopacha with green. Yeah, definitely. False promises all. Little ones offer nothing for the divine blessing. Be gone. I will trust and trade divine blessings for your crystal. You cannot tell Cheerwogger apart. But we met before with Vorporlor. Wilklamot saved me from the mountain bird. Well, you're the only one who wears that armor, so... I remember her and our debt. The trader speaks wisdom too. He is worthy. My kin, they are slow to change, proud and afraid, but not forever. With time comes truth and proof and trust. Well, that worked out pretty good. Yeah, I wish I had talked to him further, but I don't think there was really any significant dialogue there. Without your guidance, I would have forgotten my duty. Thank you, Brillian. Of all your many connections forged here in Tyrol, I never dreamed one of them would be a Cheerwogger. Now then, we probably shouldn't wear out our welcome. Let's return to Warlor's Echo. Sounds good to me. It's probably gonna be the end. Yep, I'll wrap this one up. Let's head on back. So how are we going to be doing the crafting quests with this? Oh well, we'll see. Right, we're further? Another job well done, and another I could not have managed without you. That, didn't go as well as I'd hoped. I only managed to trade one measly crystal for a fistful of salt. But if we look on the bright side, it was a small yet crucial step towards building a trade relationship with Cheerwogger Sultern. And to me, that's the biggest and wildest success I could have ever hoped for. Next step. Stock open all different kinds of corrupted crystals from Gigimolu. Then try my hand at building an elemental converter. I just know I can find a market for these things one way or another. I guess that's what we're going to be making first. Plus, once the Cheerwogger see actual results, they're sure to come around. Yes, this is all thanks to you, Brillian, and your seemingly endless cavalcade of acquaintances. Well, that's for sure. Last but certainly not least, I'm grateful you were there to protect me. Further. Meeting them in person was a lot scarier than I thought it would be, and, well, were it not for you, I might have lost my nerve completely. Likewise, I was moved by your impassioned pitch. As a bodyguard, it was an honor to support such a noble aspiration. Such noble aspirations. God, you're making me blush. Anyway, I dare say I'll have plenty more work to offer you in the coming days. Assuming you're up for it, of course. Brillian, it was you who gave me the confidence to pursue a new line of work. And for that, I will always carry your memory in my heart. I pray you carry mine and yours wheresoever your journey takes you. Yeah, sure. I'll just add you to my cavalcade of acquaintances. Alright, there's the new quest. Let's go ahead and switch over to a crafter. And go ahead and pick it up. This will be the last one we do for today. But, oh, look at this is a completely different person. Farafar. Frosty neighbors. What? Are these like in the north? Wait, no, this is in the south side, so how are they? Okay, whatever, we'll figure it out. Farafar seeks a skilled hand for an enormous task. Ah, a traveler from across the salt. Greetings. You may call me Farafar. You seem the type to have friends all along the width and breadth of our continent. Do you, by chance, know any particular skilled artisans? I happen to be a bit of an artisan myself. If you could introduce them to me, I would be eternally grateful. I mean, like, we could also just, like, walk right over. We're, like, literally by the exit to where the moblins are. It would be pretty easy for you to just walk over there. But yes, I happen to be something of an artisan myself. You are deft-handed crafting? Well then, I am in luck. As is all of Warlord's Echo. We are under threat, you see, and require the help of one such as you to survive. A great avalanche has swallowed a place known as Ziggurat the Open-Armed, once home to a sacred altar and its keepers. Although thankfully uninhabited at the time, I fear this was no accident. Uh-oh. No, this destruction was caused by the snow spirits of Urgopacha. I need to remember to drink water during these streams. While we Yokhoi lived in harmony with these spirits for generations, they have as late become possessed by an inconsolable anger. None know why, and attempts at reasons have only stoked their anger further. There is, however, a way to quell the spirits. A ceremony known as the Pact, which must be performed at the altar which was once so carefully maintained. An old friend taught me this. Yet therein lies our problem. The avalanche swept away much of the altar and its surroundings. We must repair it quickly so the rite can be performed. If we fail, all of Urgopacha may succumb to the spirit's wrath. Well, that's not good. I like a challenge, but I want to see what I'm working with first. I'm having trouble imagining the extent of the damage. Yeah, let's see what I'm working with first. This is to be expected. Very well. Let us visit what little remains. It will help you understand more clearly what is at stake. To the south of Warlord's Echo, you will find stairs leading to the ritual site. The guard at the top will allow us passage to the mountain. Wait, is this a whole nother, like, extra zone? I didn't even notice that staircase. I assume it wasn't added with 7.3. Maybe it was. I never noticed. Alright, let's head up the stairs. And by up this uphill there, I just noticed that they're here. So I was kind of wondering. I was kind of wondering if you could find them. So obviously this is Prish and, I forget what we named him. From the Alliance raids. Which we'll actually be doing, the 7.3 ones, next week, probably. Anyway, for Rafar. Is the guard gonna let us through? You came. Good. Before we cross the pass, might I ask your name? Brilliant Mason. Brilliant. Wait. The very same Brilliant who felled Valagramanda? I'm a woman of many talents. My apologies. I had no idea I was among one of our saviors. Not that I was doubtful before, but I suddenly feel much better about our chances for success. Come now, our destination is not far off. So is this going to be like a separate zone, or is it just going to be, or do we just keep on talking to him for each of the crafts? Yeah, this looks pretty, A bit more than a one-person job. This is what remains of Ziggurat the Open-Armed. The damage is unlike anything I've ever seen. Even our histories contain few stories of such destruction. That structure at the far end is the Breathless Altar, where the ritual was performed. Although, to see it now, one could hardly guess what purpose it served. Do you feel that? Something beyond the usual chill in the air. Oh my. Well, I'm not a combat class, so I hope you can fight. How ominous. Grrr. Well, I'm out. I don't think my saw is gonna do very well against this guy. Did they just not want us coming in? They left. Thank goodness. To think they would be so bold. You have seen now the frenzy which grips them, yet they looked almost frightened by you. Have you encountered that spirit before? Maybe? Yeah, so it was in a dungeon. What's a dungeon? You bested them during the feat of proof? Well, I should expect no less from one who defeated the Traval Verdral. If you are even half as good at crafting as you are at fighting, I believe we are in good hands. Yes, you are. Yet, even if the spirits are felled, they will be born again when the next snow falls, and they will rage. The pact is the only way we can set things right. Yet even if the altar were whole, there are none left who know how the ritual was conducted. Aren't you like the history keepers of this place? Dartorgor was the final caretaker remaining and a dear friend of mine. However, before the avalanche buried all this, her body was lost in a tragic accident. What little I know of the pact, I learned from her. I never encouraged her to speak more of the sacred practice, but now I wish I had. Now, I must make up for my lack of curiosity. I will learn how to appease the spirits in Dartorgor's stead. Also, they're a female Yokoi. For many years, she was Urkopacha's silent guardian, and I shall take up the mantle she left behind. Now that you have seen the scale of the undertaking before you, I ask once more, will you join me in rebuilding Ziggurat the Open-Armed? I guess. Count me in. I'm interested to see this pact for myself. I was fated to meet that spirit again, it seems. Haha. Thank you, Berlian. You have given me hope in these dark times. Before we get started on the altar proper, we should first restore the building where Dartorgor lived so we might have shelter. We? Think I'm living here? It was, fittingly, called Warmth, and she lodged here with other caretakers. It should make the perfect base from which to conduct our restoration. Now, rest assured, I do not intend for just us to shoulder this burden. We would do well to recruit a few more pairs of helping hands. I'd hope so. I suppose that will be my first request. Please ask around Warlord's Echo for anyone willing to lend their aid, and I will make what preparations I can for the work ahead. Sounds good. When am I going to get to crafting? Okay, so this isn't actually a zone that you can run around in. It's just you've made progress in this place that you can't actually go for some reason. Not what reason. Okay, let's head on down. See if we can find anyone. Here's our first victim, person. Vuryargar. Gur. The avalanche caused by all that damage? I see. You know, I spoke with Dartorgor once, some years ago. She said she had lived alone in the mountains, and was the sole keeper of an altar up there. Despite her solitary life, she seemed a bright and kind soul. I was saddened to hear her body was lost when she suffered that terrible fall. I had always hoped she would visit again and tell you more about her unique experiences. Although I only met her that one time, I will not soon forget Dartorgor. To honor her memory, I pledge my aid to Ziggurat the Open Arms reconstruction. My trade is carpentry. Hey, me too. But I am ready and willing to help wherever it is needed. I shall speak with Fararfar and to see where I can be of use. That's one down. Let's go ahead and check out the other three. Let's see, next one is right here, Murfurler. Well, I didn't expect to see you here. It has been too long since we last met, Brillian. I am come with nobly to trade, but the people seem unsettled somehow. Ah, the spirits. That explains why we were attacked by a group one snowy day not long ago. We greeted them kindly as usual, but were assailed with icy magic without warning. I had no choice but to drive them back or risk Nobli's life. But the incident has been troubling me ever since. They were our neighbors here in Ukropacha, after all, and we have lived in harmony for so long. I take it that's why you're recruiting others to your aid. You never change, do you? Always eager to help those in need. Well, I literally can't say no, so... Unfortunately, the life of a merchant demands that we don't rest our feet for too long. But perhaps we can send others your way. Only the best, of course. That could be useful. We promise to share what you told us today with anyone whose ear we can bend. Now, let's be off, Murfurler. Stoic nod. Well, they can't join us, but it'll spread the word. Next one over here is the genial stonemason. The spirits have been acting passing strange. What? That doesn't make any sense. What? Whatever. It is true. Their usually harmless tricks have become malicious, with merchants and other innocents being attacked unprovoked. Usually, they appear on snowy days and invite passerby to frolic under the falling flakes. What could have gotten into them? Regardless, this problem affects all of us in Ukropacha. If repairing the altar will help, then my supply of masonry is at your disposal. Well, we got two now. Let's check out this last one. See if we can recruit a third person. Where are they? Oh, okay, they must be in the building? Yeah, I guess so. Didn't even realize you could go in. There you are. Strapping Yokoi. Aren't you strapping with all those straps? Do you need help rebuilding Ziggurat the Open-Armed? Ah, I know the place. A group of Yokoi lived up there and looked after an altar, right? Was quite the trek, as I recall. They would visit from time to time. I knew there weren't many of them left, but hadn't heard the last of them had gone. Terrible news. But if you're going to rebuild their legacy, you'll need brawn, and I have plenty of that to offer. Well, that's 3 people. Great. Let's head on back. Oh, wait, I can mount up indoors. I'd say 3 more people should maybe possibly be enough. We'll see. And then whatever people Nopali can send on. Okay, there they are. Yeah, I'm pretty sure we're just going to do all the crafting and all the quests and stuff here. Considering I've saw people standing over here before. It seems the others have already crossed into the valley. I'll go soon as well, after I discuss a few matters with Rafar. You did well, Brilliant. I think we have a dependable crew to get started with. For Yorgor here seems especially eager to pitch in. If I may, Farafar, I can do much more than shovel snow and haul stones. I'm willing to assist in planning the reconstruction from start to finish. With you in charge of the larger picture, I can assign people to work where it is needed most. Having overseen many projects of this scale, I believe this is to be the surest path to completion. You would do all that? Then I would be grateful to accept your help for Yorgar. You're most welcome to it. Now, before we get started, do you happen to know where Dartorgor's living sepulchre can be found? Upon it must be engraved stories of her life and work. It may shed some light on the mysteries of the snow spirits and the pact itself. Why didn't I think of that? It was likely erected near the altar, but if so, then it too may have been buried in the avalanche. Well, let's go dig it up. I see. Well then, since the snow must be cleared away anyway, we can search for the sepulchre in the meantime. We will find it, I'm certain. Stoic nod. Stoic nod. Oh, there you are. You're the ones rebuilding the altar, right? Nopali told me you needed more help. Yes, we do. When I saw how fearless he wheeled and dealed with that at your Walger, I knew I had to become his pupil in trade. So here I am. Consider me Nopali's eyes and ears. If you need someone to make deals with other merchants or procure supplies, then leave it to me. Okay, he's the merchant that'll sell us the materials. I know Nopali has been making a name for himself as of late. If he vouches for you, then welcome aboard. This project is off to a better start than I ever imagined. We have all the help we need, and then some. So now is as good a time as any for the hands of Ziggurat and to rebuild Warmth. Stoic nod. Speak to me when you are ready to use those expert skills I recruited you for, Brilliant. Sounds good. I'm ready. Now, first things first. Restoration of our soon-to-be living quarters. The heavy lifting and building can be left to us, Yokoi, while you craft the supplies we need for some of the finishing touches. If you are to live among these frozen peaks, We require flooring, which will insulate us from the cold. This space is large, so we'll need a few boxes worth. Can I count on you for that? Sounds good. Here should be everything you require for the task. But if by chance you run out, Furtar will provide you with more. Sounds good. Can I get to crafting? While you do that, I shall assign tasks to the others. Let us get to work then. Alright, let's see what we're crafting. Let's see. Society quest, Yokoi, warmth repair supplies. Oh, they're all level 90. Okay. Easy. At least they gave me 4. Well, that's what I get for getting cocky. Like, my brain was like, I should use veneration. Nah. I mean, they are easy. I just got cocky. And there we go. Let's go ahead and turn these in. Hello, Brilliant. How goes the crafting? Right here. Aha! I see your skills were no mere boast. Excellent work. Now, thanks to you, Warmth will be a place worthy of its name. Please feel free to rest a while. Well, we will take it from here. Thank goodness. Oh, yep, we got the building built. Well, they got the building built. I was thinking those are some pretty low chairs for how tall they are. But I guess that works. The tables are pretty low, though. Why, everyone works so eagerly, as if they have forgotten entirely the biting cold without. The sight truly speaks to the quality of her contribution. You bet it does. Somehow I crafted that with an axe. Or not an axe, a saw. The road ahead of us is long. I'm glad we have taken our first step upon it together. I hope you will continue to lend us your expertise. Sounds good. Are you watching, Dotorgor? I promise you that soon, the spirits and Yokoi will live in peaceful harmony once again. I'm sure they will. The collapsed living quarters have been repaired, marking the beginning of Ziggurat the Open-Armed's restoration. Yet the snow spirits must still be appeased. Only by continuing their work can Rafar and her crafters, for Rafar is female, okay, and her crafters quell the spirit's rage and bring peace to the mountains. Like, is there anything to distinguish a male and female Yokoi? The Hands of Ziggurat, Society quest unlocked. Your reputation is increased to friendly. You have achieved friendly reputation with the Hands of Ziggurat. Ziggurat? Yokoi Society quest are available from that guy in shelter. Furthermore, you now purchase from that guy. For more mounts available, you will use mounts. You may now use mounts with the. Okay, apparently you could always go there. Anyway, let's go ahead and see what we unlocked. I don't think I can buy anything yet. Okay, nope. Oh, wow, you can buy Mason Abrasive here. That would have been useful in 7. Well, I guess 7.3 is when this crafting set was added. Because, that's not how you... Because you need Mason's Abrasive for it. Anyway, obviously, like, there's nothing to buy yet. So... yeah, I guess that's gonna be all. Also, is there really anything to distinguish female? Not that I can tell. Anyway, I'll go ahead and do those daily quests later. I'll go ahead and get working on them each day. And then we'll go ahead and do the next one next time. I think I might try and do a... Once I unlock the first one, I'll go ahead and try just doing a really quick stream after work, because I don't expect each of these quests to take more than like 20 minutes. So we'll go ahead and I'll probably maybe once I do the couple days of this, because it only takes like 4 days to get the first one done, and then I'll just do a stream on a weekday and just do it really quick, and then Saturday next stream, because I don't plan on streaming tomorrow, we'll go ahead and continue on with the alliance raids and see more of Prish and what the Elvon guy, I forget what his name was. But that's gonna be all for today. Hope you had a good time. Until next time, goodbye.